Oh, yeah. Now I know. No, he lost his ID. Somebody can go in
Okay,
there.
Jeff.
It is 5:30. I would like to call the Tuesday, February 24, 2026 Committee of the Whole meeting to order. Please stand and join me for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Mr. Clerk, can you please take the roll?
Yes, sir. Alderman Cox.
Here.
Alderman Gregory.
Here.
Alderman Williams. Here. Alderman Rockford.
Here.
Alderwoman Purchase.
Here.
Alderwoman Natrano.
Here.
Alderman Carlson.
Here.
Alderwoman Conley.
Present.
Alderman Donlin.
Here.
Alderman Hanauer.
Here.
Mr. Chairman, you have a quorum.
Thank you, Mr. Clerk. I would accept a motion for the approval of the February 10, 2026 committee meeting minutes.
So moved, Chair.
I have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Do we have any presentations? Thank you. Next, do we have anything still tabled or remaining in committee? I don't believe so. Now for ordinances for committee consideration. Mr. Clerk, can you please begin reading those ordinances?
CWLP 2026-061, an ordinance approving 28 separate farm leases with various tenants for a one-year term for the Office of Public Utilities.
Motion for consent. Make a motion to adopt amendment number 1.
That's not on this one.
Oh, that's the wrong one?
Right.
Yeah, it's on 63.
All right, sorry about
I
that.
appreciate your efforts, though.
Never mind.
All right, I have a motion and a second to place 061 on consent. All those in favor? Opposed? Motion carries.
2026-062 is an ordinance approving 6 separate residential leases with various tenants for a one-year term for the Office of Public Utilities.
Move to consent.
I have a motion and a second for consent. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
2026-063 is an ordinance approving 10 separate recreational leases with various tenants for a one-year term for the Office of Public Utilities.
Is it this one?
Yes.
Okay. Motion to amend.
Second.
I will read or I'll explain the proposed amendments. Number 1, it's an increase in the acreage from 346.26 to 347.26 acres, changing to 11 recreational leases from 10. Contract amount goes up, I think, about $105 from $15,714.70 to $15,819.70. And I think that covers it. Motion to accept the amendment, I suppose.
Discussion.
And that's done. Discussion on that? Seeing none, all those in favor of the amendment?
Aye. Motion for the consent agenda as amended.
Second.
Motion and second for consent. All those approved, or all those in favor?
Aye.
I haven't had enough coffee today.
Public Works, 2026-064 is an ordinance authorizing execution of annexation agreement between the City of Springfield, Illinois, and Barry S. Kelly and Amarsa Kelly for the properties located at 3245 and 3313 Old MacArthur Boulevard for the Office of Public Works.
For debate.
Second.
I have a motion and a second for debate. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
2026-065 is ordinance annexing certain described real property located at 3245 and 3313 Old MacArthur Boulevard for the Office of Public
Motion
Works.
for debate.
Second.
I got a motion and a second for debate. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
2026-066 is an ordinance authorizing change order in number 1 to contract number RFP PW 2620 with Lewis Excavating and Snow Removal LLC furnish supplement snow removal services for the additional amount of $100,000 and a total not to exceed $200,000 for the Office of Public Works.
Consent.
Second.
Got a motion and a second for consent. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
2026-067 is an ordinance authorizing supplemental appropriation in the amount of $200,000 for the Office of Public Works.
Move to consent.
Second.
Motion and a second for consent. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
2026-068 is an ordinance authorizing change number 1 to contract number NB 26-332C with P.H. Broughton and Sons, Inc. to furnish supplemental snow removal services for an additional amount of $100,000 and a total not to exceed $200,000 for the Office of Public Works.
Move to consent.
Second.
Motion and a second for consent. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
2026-069 is an ordinance accepting proposal submitted by Instrafoam Technologies USA LLC for contract number PW 26-12-50 for Sherwood and Timberlane sanitary sewer rehabilitation in the amount not to exceed $847,916.50 for the Office of Public Works.
Move to consent.
Second.
Motion and a second for consent. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
2026-070 is an ordinance accepting lowest responsible bid and authorizing execution of contract number PW 2611-47 with Kinney Contractors, Inc. for the Fifth and Capitol Sections intersections improvement in the amount not to exceed $1,493,278.23 for the Office of Public Works.
Motion for consent.
Second.
I have a motion and a second for consent. All those in favor?
We've got
Opposed?
discussion.
I do have some discussion.
Oh, we do have some discussion. I'm sorry. Mr. Gregory?
Real quickly, can we be briefed on exactly what are we doing at these intersections? Just what type of improvements we'll be doing there? Director, you sat a little closer today. You must have felt it.
Good evening. First of all, I want to apologize for my undress. I haven't been able to pick up my dry cleaning yet this week, so I don't have the jacket. This is for an upgrade of the intersection at Fifth and Capitol. It will involve repaving the surface, new curbs, gutters, bump outs, and the big issue is going to be upgrade of the signals, the way we've upgraded all the rest of the signals downtown.
Okay, all right, sounds good. Thank you.
Any further discussion?
No, sir. I was just wondering.
All right, we have a motion and a second for consent. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
General City Business, 2026-072, an ordinance to increase it.
You're at 7-1.
You skipped 71, but
Sorry, kids. I got like Ralph. 2026-071 is a resolution notifying the State of Illinois Department of Transportation that an additional $68,022.42 motor fuel tax funds may be spent for maintenance of streets and highways under the Illinois Highway Code for the calendar year 2025 for the Office of Public Works.
Motion for consent.
Second.
I have a motion and a second for consent. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
General City Business, 2026-072, is an ordinance to increase the number of Class C liquor licenses by one for Fro Springfield LLC, DBA Springfield BP, located at 3975 North Dirksen Parkway.
Move consent.
Second.
I have a motion and a second for consent. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
2026-073 is an ordinance authorizing the increase in the number of Class B liquor licenses by one for Package Liquor Supermart located at 2908 Ridge Avenue.
Move consent.
Second.
Motion and a second for consent. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
2026-074 is an ordinance to increase the number of Class E liquor licenses by one for Lexall Inc., DBA Bite and Brew located at 1850 Jefferson Street.
Move for consent.
Second.
I have a motion and a second for consent. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
2026-075 is an ordinance to increase the number of Class P liquor licenses by one for the Ingrain Brewery Company, LLC, DBA Ingrain Brewing Company, located at 3751 Imagineer Drive.
Motion for consent?
Second.
I have a motion and a second for consent. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
2026-076, an ordinance to increase the number of Class D liquor licenses by one for El Amigo Inc., DBA Cultural Amigo, located at 4233 Wabash Avenue.
Move for consent.
Second.
A motion and a second for consent. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
2026-077 is an ordinance to decrease the number of Class B liquor licenses by one due to the sale of the business at GMP Midwest LLC, DBA Fast Mart 5116, located at 2900 South Grand Avenue East.
Move consent.
Second.
Motion and a second for consent. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
2026-078 is an ordinance amending Chapter 33, Section 33.302, subsection D of the 1988 Springfield Code of Ordinances as amended, changing the length of time compliance has been to file a appeal with the Police Community Review Commission.
Motion for the,
Debate, sir.
What was the motion?
motion for debate.
Second.
A motion and a second for debate. Is there any discussion at this time?
Yes, sir. Mr. Chair, is this an active commission? Well, corporate counsel.
You're asking the wrong guy as far
Is
as
this
what
an
they do.
active commission?
Yes, it's a commission. It's scheduled to meet. I don't know if Director Posey's here to answer questions. He's the one who runs the commission.
Is he here? Because I believe a constituent continually comes to us, and we're on our third month of no quorum, and that this commission is inactive, and I'm trying to understand, why are we taking this action when we can't fix membership, having enough members on it to have a quorum? I mean, we need to be serious about these commissions. So I'm just asking, why are we taking this action on the Police Review Commission, which is very important, when they haven't been meeting or take any action being done on it? But here we are talking about length of time, motion for debate.
Alderman Gregory, do
Can I
you have
get a
anything?
second from somebody?
Yeah, it's
You already had
Thank
No, it's already, it was already moved and seconded.
So, no,
We need to get those answers, sir. That's all I'm saying.
yes, I thank you for your comments, colleague. I would just, so it doesn't be a long drawn-out discussion now, I would just ask that we just hold this. I'm not against the changes, more time to file complaints, but I think if we're going to tweak anything in it, then we just need to fix it. This Police Review Commission thing goes back a long time. In Black History Month, we want to talk about history. The first black alderman fought for this commission a long time ago. And throughout history, there's been his complaints about it. There's been his wants and needs from the community. And, I think we should hold this, and we should have conversations and talk with not only our administration, our community relations, our police, and whoever else would like to join in the conversation on a commission that's going to work for the community, and finally put to bed some things with this. Back in 2020, George Floyd, me and former Alderwoman, now Senator, we did a reform package that addressed several things, and we're at this point now, and this ordinance is here, and I think we address it and we hold it. That would be my motion, to hold this in committee for now. So,
That a motion?
yes.
Second.
Okay. So currently, I have a motion on the floor right now that's been seconded to put this on debate. I would need that to be withdrawn, correct, Mr. Mourdock?
That's
I
right.
was the
If
one
they
that
want
debated,
to.
so I withdraw my debate, and I move it to a hold.
Okay, you made the original
It
motion?
was 2 and 8.
Okay, very good. So for the record, then, the motion for debate has been withdrawn. A new motion to keep this in committee has now been made and seconded by
4.
4. 3.
3.
All right. All those in favor of keeping this ordinance in committee? Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? All right, motion carries.
2026-079 is an ordinance authorizing.
Yep,
I'd like
yes,
to make
sir.
a motion for an omnibus vote on 2026-079 through 2026-086.
So move.
We have a motion and a second for an omnibus vote from 0792, I'm sorry, what did you say, Mr. Alderman?
086.
086. We have a motion and a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
2026-079 is an ordinance authorizing sponsorship payment for $3,500 for the Springfield Road Runners Club for the Lincoln Presidential Half Marathon to be held on April 11th, 2026 for the Springfield Convention and Visitors Bureau. 2026-080 is an ordinance authorizing sponsorship to the Capital City Century for the Capital City Century Ride to be held at September 13th, 2026, in the amount not to exceed $3,500 for the Springfield Convention and Visitors Bureau. 2026-081 is an ordinance authorizing sponsorship to Downtown Springfield, Inc. for the annual gala to be held on March 26, 2026, in the amount not to exceed $3,500 for the Springfield Convention and Visitors Bureau. 2026-082 is an ordinance authorizing a sponsorship for the FA 5K event to be held on May 8th, 2026 through May 9th, 2026, in the amount not to exceed $3,500 for the Springfield Convention and Visitors Bureau. 2026-083 is an ordinance authorizing sponsorship to the Springfield Art Association for the Old Fashioned Ice Cream Social to be held at Memorial Day weekend 2026 in the amount not to exceed payment of $15,000 for the Springfield Convention and Visitors Bureau. 2026-084 is an ordinance authorizing sponsorship for Rice Charities in the amount of international eating competition to be held September 26, 2026, in the amount not to exceed payment of $20,000 for the Springfield Convention and Visitors Bureau. 2026-085 is an ordinance authorizing sponsorship to the Illinois Department of Agriculture for the Illinois State Fair to be held August 13th, 2026 through August 23rd, 2026, in the amount not to exceed $3,500 for the Springfield Convention and Visitors Bureau. 2026-086 is an ordinance authorizing sponsorship to the St. Patrick's Day Parade Committee for the St. Patrick's Day Parade to be held March 14th, 2026, in the amount not to exceed $3,500 for the Springfield Convention and Visitors Bureau.
Motion for consent.
Second.
I have a motion and a second for consent. Alderwoman Notriano.
Thank you, Chair. This is great. We have a lot of events that are going to be happening downtown. Hopefully, that's going to come with a lot of tourism and tourism dollars. But it makes me wonder what's happening with the Wyndham. Does anyone have any updates on that? Okay, maybe by old business, somebody could have an update for that. Thank you.
Thank you. Any further discussion? Motion and a second for consent for 2026-079 through 2026-086. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
2026-087 is an ordinance declaring miscellaneous scrap vehicles and vehicles of surplus property and authorizing disposal of said surplus property by auction, sold for scrap, donated, or recycled.
Move to consent.
Second.
Motion and a second for consent. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
2026-088 is an ordinance amended Chapter 90, Section 91.21 and 91.22 of the 1988 Springfield Code of Ordinances as amended relating to the cruelty of animals and animal fighting.
Motion for consent.
Second.
We have a motion and a second for consent. All those in favor? Well, we have some discussion. I'm sorry. Alderman Hanauer.
Could you add me as a sponsor, please?
Yep.
Is that all you have, Alderman?
Yeah, that's it. Thank you.
Alderwoman Conley?
Thank you. I just want to point out that the $10,000 fine that comes with this ordinance, specifically related to animals that are violating our cruelty to animal in regards to animal fighting. I've had a lot of contact from people who are very upset about the recent animal cruelty case that's going through that was found in Ward 9, very adjacent to Ward 8. Lots of concerns around that. We've got other issues with animal safety and welfare in our community, but I think this sends a very strong message that it's not acceptable. A $10,000 fine for your first offense, $10,000 fine for every offense after that is the message that we need to see. It was an egregious case, and I think that these penalties reflect that. So thank you.
Thank you. Alderwoman Notriano.
Thank you, Chair. I would also just like to be added as a sponsor.
Thank you. Mr. Clerk, I'd like to be added as a sponsor as well, please.
Also, please.
Add me.
Pretty much
or they
everybody.
be like,
We'll make it 10.
Anybody object to
being
the
accused?
Everybody.
Okay.
Thank you, Mr. Clerk. Any further discussion on that?
Yes, sir.
Oh, yes, sir.
Mr. Chair, I just want to remind my colleagues and everybody while we're on this about dogs, the contract's coming up.
Yep.
And it's egregious when they don't respond to our citizens about dangerous dogs as well. So we need to be thinking about how we're going to handle that instead of just blessing them with a contract. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Any further discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
2026-089 is a resolution for the designation and portions of Pope Avenue from Brown Pope Avenue to Stewart Pope Avenue, as well as Wendell E. Day Senior Boulevard for the Miracle Temple Church of God of Christ.
Move to consent.
Second.
On the motion, a second for consent. Any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
2026-090, a resolution affirming the city council's commitment to inclusion government through the formal recognition of the Springfield Automatic Black Caucus.
Motion for consent.
Second.
On the motion, a second for consent. Any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
2026-091 is an ordinance authorizing a sub-reciprocal agreement with number 102601-2 with Washington Street Mission and payment in the amount of $300,000 from July 1, 2025 through June 30th, 2026 pursuant to the ICJIA grant number 102601 for the Springfield Police Department.
Move for consent.
Second.
On the motion, a second for consent. Any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
2026-092 is an ordinance authorizing execution of an intergovernmental agreement between the city of Springfield and the city of Beardstown for training for Springfield Fire Department.
Move to consent.
Second.
On the motion, a second for consent. Any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
That's all we have.
That concludes the ordinances for committee consideration. Before we move on, I just want to welcome the Capital Area Realtors Leadership Academy. Wave your hands if you're a part of that organization. Thank you for being here. Seen some pretty riveting stuff tonight, so appreciate your time. Moving on, we will move to unfinished business. Does anybody have any unfinished business? Alderwoman Notriano.
Thank you, Chair. So I heard from constituents at a neighborhood meeting last week that they were excited to hear about our citywide rehab program targeted at residents who are not part of a TIF district or the cannabis grant district. And they suggested I provide some more information. So I'm here to do that now. So as part of the citywide exterior rehab program, well, first, you can apply for the funds by contacting the Office of Planning and Economic Development, which is OPED or OPED, as we call it around here. It is a means-tested program, so it's based on your income. It follows HUD guidelines, so you are eligible if you make less than 80% of the median income for Springfield, which is a lot of money. It's like $114,000. Is Director Raising here? Could you help clarify the amount? What is the income max?
I apologize, Alderwoman, I would want to verify that.
Okay.
And I also know that later this summer, they'll be updating that, which doesn't affect us right now, but I would want to verify that number, and I do not have that with me.
You mean HUD's going to be updating?
Yes, HUD will be updating, excuse me, HUD will be updating, Alderwoman. And
Okay.
I do not have the number with me, but it does follow HUD numbers.
Okay.
And I can get that to you, and I can email that to Tim, so he get it all out to you.
Okay, so so I think I already said it's 80% less than the median income. I'm just not sure
I
how
don't want to.
that's calculated.
It's like
Okay.
60 Gs, though.
Yeah, so you're eligible, one citizen, it's a matching grant, you're eligible for up to $15,000 is what is in the ordinance. Next part of old business, Actually, that's new business. Corporation Counsel, do you have anything to tell us about the status of the Wyndham?
Sure, and if you want to meet and talk, I can get into a lot more detail under the attorney-client privilege. What I can tell you is there is ongoing litigation that the city has filed. We just recently took a $50,000 judgment in administrative court. We filed that again. So the city's enforcing ordinance violations. The owner has a rather large lawsuit against where the insurance company has denied coverage of the claim. So they are litigating. Mr. Rajat, or the ownership group, was represented by Barnes and Thornburg, which is a law firm, until last week. They withdrew. That's the most recent thing that's happened publicly in that case. So we've been responding to subpoenas in that case. The ownership group was given 30 days, and I don't have the date of that order. They were given 30 days to find new counsel, so it's kind of stalled while they're looking for new attorneys. We're not a part of that case, so we don't have all of the filings and pleadings, but that's the update that I can provide.
And so is the city of Springfield essentially at the mercy of that case?
No.
Okay, so, can you speculate as to when we might see the, it not boarded up anymore?
That depends on the ownership and when they fix all of the violations that we were suing them for.
Okay.
Chair, can I add to Corporation Counsel too on this matter?
That'd be fine. Go ahead. Thank you.
Thank you. And also too, we've had someone come to the table, but Corporation Counsel Murdoch has did a good job with responding to them, but everything is on hold because the Wyndham is not doing their job. So the group that I did bring to the table, they needed some more information and they was ignored for over 3 weeks.
Wow.
So now Corporation Counsel has to step back in and try to get some answers back, but we do have motivation and it's looking good for those people to be able to come to the table. We can't do anything until,
You mean like purchase?
yes,
Okay.
like my last name.
Awesome. Well, that's exciting that there's interest.
And we don't want to lose the momentum, so that's why I've asked
Yeah.
Corporation Counsel, could he constantly stay on top of them? And he's doing his job, but we only can do so much.
Yeah, sure, absolutely. I think this is a really good illustration for everybody of what happens when your next door neighbor or the house down the street is abandoned and we can't get people to mow or secure the house. Yeah, this is just on a very big scale. But this is the position the city is in when property owners decide to not hold up their end of the bargain, be good neighbors. So, thank you, Chair.
All right, thank you. Alderman Gregory.
Yes, ditto. I ain't even gonna go into that. But I will say that recently, you know, we had Public Works Corporation Counsel. They've done a good job. We got a nice little building over in the area of my ward that it's been there for a while, and we finally got it tore down and things. So they're doing a good job. They're cleaning up, and here comes some business owner, contractor from our community dumping on this site. And I just think that I don't know Corporation Counsel, and this is something that we can talk about, but you know, I know we raised a fine on it not years ago, and I think that was a good thing. I don't know if we need to raise it more, but you know, for a business that's doing business in our city to be caught on our cameras dumping at a site that we're trying to, you know, it's just crazy, and I just feel like they shouldn't be able to do business in our city, because if they're doing it once, they've done it twice. Big old truck, load of stuff, and we constantly got to go get this crap. Public Works, Dave has said before, a lot of it is what we're seeing is from contractors. It's really just disrespectful. It's amazing that people would do that, you know, and I want to look at how we handle that, because I think that's one of the most, it's tough to handle already with just the smaller trash and stuff, let alone contractors making money dumping big truckloads. Hello, it's a police light right here. So I just want to address that. Thank you. And then for CWLP, we had that fire out there today. We've had some questions, gentlemen, about, Scotty. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead. Never mind. Well, they're calling, you know, listen, I'm sorry. Nope.
That's my boy.
Well, whatever. See, y'all doing it. Well, talk to me, brother. We've had some calls and emails just about air quality and things. Thoughts?
Yeah, so the short of it is, contractor that was doing the decommissioning, they were cutting on the outside of the tower. They come down because they were cold, supposedly, and they did not leave somebody up there for fire watch. Some of the fiberglass piping inside the tower caught on fire.
But air quality wise, from it being,
wasn't-
decommission thing, we're
Nope. I do know there's been some phone calls. I don't know where they're at right now, but yes.
all right. I appreciate you. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Anybody, no injuries,
No
correct?
injury, yeah. Everybody, one good out of it is we did go through our incident command and response at the plant to account for everybody, including the contractors, and so we had a good exercise today in doing that.
And
Good.
it's the decommission one, right? So we'll
Yeah,
probably be
it was
knocking it down even quicker.
They've got, I think that is about the last piece on this contract that they were doing, and we've had no issues until today.
Yeah, no interruption of electric service or anything like that.
It's far enough away from Unit 4, it's not an impact.
Well, kudos to your employees. Chief Zumo, kudos to your employees and all the firefighters for getting out there, getting it under control. You didn't have any injuries of your guys? Okay, good, great. Wonderful. Thank you. Sorry, I kind of bogarted that.
Man,
there.
no, do your thing. You the chair.
All right, anything further, Mr.
Yeah,
Haggard?
Sean,
No, sir.
Sean has
All right.
one more announcement.
Yeah.
No, I don't. What I got?
What about that other, yeah, you did have a
Oh,
document.
you know what? I'm sorry.
He's the oldest.
Sorry, Miss Amy. We do have an open house for the cannabis grant application, both the home and business one. I know last year it was really, really good for people to go in and hear about the program. March 3rd and March 5th, both of them are going to be at Fire Station number 6 on 11th Street in the community room. And I'll definitely post this and share it as well. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you both. Alderwoman Conley.
Thank you, Chair. I have just a brief update on and a couple of thank yous. First of all, I'd like to thank Chief Beal. We have a new NPO in my ward. We went out a couple weeks ago, and I will tell you, literally made it about a block and a half talking to the neighbors on Mossman, right behind the old Ballyvon Apartments. This is an area that has been dealing with, again, another vacant, dangerous set of buildings. They've been patient, they've been keeping an eye on things, but we had a really good conversation. Our MPO is fabulous. We were 2.5 hours, and we made it less than 2 blocks talking to everybody. So really great interactions, really nice to see. We're going to have a more, not a more engaged, but a different kind of with that NPO engagement in the neighborhood. Also had a neighbor point out how dark it is right behind those buildings. So I want to say another thank you to Scott Rogers and the folks at CWLP. Amber was fabulous too. We're getting new streetlights over there. We've got utility poles already, so they're going to add more lighting around those empty buildings. They're so dark out there, and just really appreciate the fast response on that. Obviously, I wish we could get the owner to respond as quickly as CWLP did, but still moving forward. But I just appreciate the city departments taking an effort and really getting behind that area, because that neighborhood has been through a lot in the last 10 years. Thank you, Chair. Thank you. Any further old business? I will bring up apparently this was quite the deal. It hit the radio. The chili cook-off at the Prop Club on Sunday afternoon. Doors open, I think, at noon. It's $5 to get in. All the money, though, goes to the Springfield Zoological Society, who helps with the Hinson Robinson Zoo with the habitats, signage, beautification, what have you. So come out. We are a chili city, so come out and support your local light clubs and eat some good food. New business. Anybody have any new business?
That's a coin flip.
Oh,
I think that's a tie.
Alderwoman Purchase.
You looked at me, but you didn't
Well,
say
it didn't
anything.
show up on there. You were looking at me and it wasn't on there yet. Go ahead, please.
Thank you, Chair, and thank you, Alderwoman Nutriano. I have two announcements. The first one is, as we wrap up Black History Month, tomorrow we have our automatic Black Caucus Taste of Black Springfield. It starts at 5 p.m. and it ends around 8:30, but it lasts until the food is gone. It'll be located at the Salvation Army Community Center, 1600 East Clear Lake, Springfield. We had an amazing turnout last year, and we're looking forward to seeing the whole community out again tomorrow. So I encourage my colleagues to come out. The mayor came last year. Corporation Council, you come on too. It'll be good. It's some good food, and it's just a tasting. It's not dinner. So it's just you go around and get a little bit from each person. We'll have door prizes, just a good camaraderie, and continuing to celebrate Black excellence too for our small businesses. Then my second announcement is I want to thank all of the directors, the mayor and her team for our ward meeting last night that was held at the library. It was a very good turnout. The engagement, the level of engagement between the different departments and the neighbors and my neighborhood association showed up, downtown showed up. It just felt really good to have that direct contact and to know what's going on, how you can get in contact. There was a lot of information shared where you can find information at. So I just wanted to say, as the Alderwoman for Ward 5, I was very pleased and look forward to doing this even more. And then I'm sorry, I did have one more. Thought I was done. My last one was, my heart just goes out. I'm a small business owner that has an establishment, and what I've seen with the Curve over the last few days, their establishment burning down to the ground. I think it's really, really good how the community is coming together to help with employees, because insurance does not cover that, and I know this personally with having my own establishment. So my heart goes out to them. Thank you to the fire department, the police department, everybody that just came together. That was a massive fire. Thank you.
Thank you, Alderwoman. Alderwoman Notriano.
Thank you, Chair. Okay, so my new business is this Thursday, February 26th, the Lincoln Library Alliance presents The Librarians. It's a documentary film, and it will be shown for free at the Legacy Theater. General admission, you can just go to the Legacy's website and click the button and register to get your free tickets. And the doors open at 6 p.m., showtime starts at 7 p.m., and it will be followed by community conversation. Little blurb about this film. Librarians become first responders in the fight for democracy and First Amendment rights. They understand that controlling ideas means controlling communities. In Texas, the Krauss list targets 850 books on race and LGBTQ stories, triggering book bans across the U.S. As tensions escalate, librarians link heated school and library board meetings nationwide to white Christian nationalism fueling censorship. Despite harassment, threats, and laws criminalizing their work, their rallying cry for the freedom to read is a chilling cautionary tale. So, some exciting stuff, and it is free. Come out. I'll be there.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Any further new business? Seeing none. Mr. Clerk, do we have any citizens signed up to speak to the committee?
Yes, sir. Polly Poskins.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, members of the City Council. I just wanted to take some time to acknowledge the Reverend Jesse Jackson. I think, as we all know, Reverend Jackson passed away last week, perhaps fittingly and ironically, during Black History Month. And I just wanted to share some thoughts. Reverend Jesse Jackson was a warrior. He was a soldier for justice. He challenged all of America to be everything that our Constitution says we are. The Declaration of Independence says we are, and most of our laws say we are. His tireless work, his prayerful heart, embodied the words that grace our Statue of Liberty in the New York Harbor. Give me your tired, your poor, your huddled masses yearning to breathe free, the wretched refuse of your teeming shore, send these, the homeless, tempest-tossed, to me. I lift my lamp beside the golden door. Jesse Jackson was a light. He humbly and boldly walked and prayed among the huddled masses. He constantly showed up where he saw justice denied and freedom trampled upon. He was with paper workers striking for fair wages, with families, farmers struggling for fair prices, with women factory workers seeking comparable worth and pay, with farm workers dying from poisoned land. And he was in AIDS hospices where the sick supported each other because they were often rejected by their family and their friends. When a Navy lieutenant was shot down on a reconnaissance mission over Syria in 1983, he spent his own money to fly to Syria and to negotiate a release of Lieutenant Goodman after the White House's efforts had failed. He was notable for his powers of persuasion, and he secured the pilot's release, and he was honored at the White House. Jesse, always a patriot, gained respect among skeptical white people. He ran twice for the United States presidency, first in 1984 and again in 1988. He secured delegates to his party's convention in 1988. And if you have never read his 1988 speech at that convention in Atlanta, read it. Capture the fire and the passion that burned in a man dedicated to justice, equality, and all the best of moral leadership in a democratic society. While born in South Carolina, Jesse Jackson was an Illinoisan. Some years before his move to Chicago in 1970, he was given a scholarship to play football at the University of Illinois. On Chicago's South Side, he carried on the work began in the South of Operation Breadbasket. Under Jesse, Operation Breadbasket became Operation Push. He held weekly workshops featuring white and black leaders speaking and organizing on issues of politics and economic justice. Operation Push, their religious services had a jazz band and a choir. At Operation Push in 1971 is where I saw and heard Jesse Jackson for the first time. I was a graduate student in history at Illinois State University, and I taught a class of sociology students who were instructed by their professor to do sociology, to do history, to learn how groups work together, to learn about social behavior and how leaders and constituencies interact and create better communities, and how communities respond or not to ideas and policies, and how public policy and private contracts too often result in one group benefiting and another losing. So the students in my breakout session wanted to learn more. We broke out into about 5 or 6 per group. And the group that I was going to lead, they wanted to learn more about the principles of sociology and a little bit of history. They wanted to learn about economic injustice. They wanted to know what's at the root of poverty, of disenfranchisement, of poor housing, of low wages. What is at the root of inequality? So I suggested that we ask the administration to rent a bus for us so we could travel to the south side of Chicago from Bloomington Normal and hear Jesse Jackson speak about the work of Operation Push. The university gave us a bus. We all climbed on the bus one Saturday morning and we went to Operation Push. Operation Push was an economic program to promote employment for black people and take action against businesses that discriminated. They first targeted Pepsi-Cola and Coca-Cola. They picketed, they boycotted, they marched, they voted, and they talk about these in these workshops.
Ms. Poskin, I don't mean to be rude, please understand that, but I need you to close it down for me, okay? I got to treat everybody as equal as I possibly can.
All right. So anyway, so that's great. So we were all very pleased with our doing sociology and doing history and what we learned from Jesse Jackson. Now fast forward to 2014, and I am now part of a group of people at the Illinois legislature who passed the constitutional amendment for victims' rights. Jesse Jackson was with us from the beginning. It took us about 6 years to get that through the Illinois legislature. And Jesse Jackson was with us from the beginning. And the day he was to testify in the committee, he couldn't. He was praying with a group of people, and he sent his son. And his son read his testimony, passed the committee, eventually passed the legislature, eventually passed with the voters of the state of Illinois. And I am deeply indebted to the work of Jesse Jackson and how he inspired us. And I think as Illinoisans, we should be proud to have such a favored son.
Thank you so much.
Janelle Crafton.
Hello, everyone. I'm here. I like that we were speaking about playing the waiting game, how the building downtown is not making any progress. I am here to speak on my living arrangements. I have lived at 1919 Gregory Court for a year and 3 months. I am writing to formally address serious and ongoing unsafe living conditions in my home that are affecting the health, safety, and well-being of my children and my elderly grandmother. I respectfully ask for your immediate attention and assistance regarding the following issues: mold throughout the home, including mold in my daughter's room, mold in the bathroom windows, also lacking of proper screening, documentation of medical concerns, including doctor's report confirming my daughter's mold allergies, my children frequently having bloody noses due to humidity, plumbing and water issues, a toilet that's been running for continuous months, now reaching over $2,160, water usage increasing from 11 units to December, to 48 units in January, to 32 units in February, sewage backup from January 21st, 2025 to February 17th of 2025, also resulting in mold, carpets being pulled up, laid back down. I have moved my children's room 3 times since then. Safety concerns, my front door still does not properly lock or close. I am using a kitchen chair to lock my front door. Previous promised windows being replaced. I have documentations. My grandmother is very elderly, very frail. She walks with a walker. She has a wheelchair. And the railing on my front porch, both have not still been properly fixed. Failure to complete these problems, reporting these issues on multiple occasions. My home failing Springfield housing Section 8 inspections 3 out of 4 times. The 4th time being as if I was being spoken over, resulting in me going to city and zoning, which my home has now failed. Instead of addressing these structural and maintenance issues, the homeowner has suggested that I purchase and use a humidifier in the living room for bloody noses in the upstairs rather than correcting the underlying problems. These conditions are directly impacting my children, my grandmother, and all of our safety. You guys also mentioned having dogs. I have 2 dogs. I do pay a pet deposit. I feel like my dogs are keeping me, my children, and my grandmother safe because we don't have a locking mechanism. I also have photos. I have documentations of communications. I have documentations of my daughter now needing an EpiPen for allergy to mold. I have promises of getting my bathroom fixed. I have zoning and department, city and zoning documentation. My home passed Section 8's inspection as of December 15th, but it just failed city and zoning's inspection on January 30th, 2026. And that's pretty much it.
Thank you. Mr. Alderman Gregory's got it.
Yes, this house is in my ward. So I did when I got the report today, because it's
Yes, sir.
personal. I did pull the reports. The inspector, he has reported back that some of those things they noted, and as far as I know, it's supposed to have been fixed.
No,
So
sir.
they're going to follow up, and they're going to address it and go through and make sure things are fixed. That's the information that I've received, even from those who own the property and manage the property.
Yes, sir. I've been waiting,
But
sorry.
we will, no, you're fine.
I've been waiting for replacement windows or something to be properly done with the mold. Again, I have not been able to lock my front door since November of last year. City and zoning gave my homeowner and my leasing department 24 hours to fix it. It has been worked on, but it's not fixed.
Okay. All right. Our directors over there, I have spoken to them we will get to the bottom of it and make sure everything is straight for you. Traditionally, just send it to me. Let me know about it. I did.
I'll let you know about it?
Just, you can send me. I'll give you my information if,
Yes, sir.
if you're gonna be here. Send it to me so I can send it to, you know, our inspectors. Make sure that I know about it and we can get it fixed. Okay.
Okay.
That's it. I don't like hearing it. I know that I checked on it. I know that it was reported to be fixed. So I want to help, you know, make sure that you're comfortable in your home. I will say that, you know, in general, this management company does own some other properties around Ward. Normally, they're very, very, very receptive when I talk with them. So we're gonna talk and make sure this gets fixed for you. Okay?
Yes, sir. I
All
thank
right.
you.
No problem.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Clerk.
Robert Williams. Robert Williams. Troy Adams and Alan Winkler.
Good evening, Council. Thank you for hearing us. We're with City of Faith. I'm Alan Winkler, the Chief Operations Officer for City of Faith. Troy is our Chief Financial Officer, and we're here to inform you about our facility that we are hoping to put in Springfield. We contract with the Department of Justice to bring residential reentry centers to different communities. There currently is a contract up for bid in this area, and we are probably one of many that are bidding. City of Faith has been around since 1983. We're currently running operations in Arkansas and Louisiana. At any given time, we have about 300 offenders that we are supervising that are coming from federal prison. Our programs, they're very strict. Everyone has to go through some financial literacy, drug testing. They are held very, very accountable in our programs, and there's a lot of penalty if they don't abide by those programs, such as going back to prison for several years. We look to have about 26 employees, adding about $1.3 million to the local economy. We will be hiring people locally to run this operation. One key question we always get asked is, where are these people coming from? These are people who are from Springfield. These are people who are releasing to Springfield. There's not currently a program like this here for federal offenders, and so these are people who are coming out of the federal institutions somewhere in or around Illinois that are this is home for them, and they're coming back. And so we're hoping to successfully win this bid with the Department of Justice, locate this facility here, build a new facility here, and help these individuals transition successfully back into their hometown.
All of our residents that we have at our facilities are on GPS monitoring, so we're able to go ahead and monitor their movements 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Our facility that we're looking to go ahead and put in will have 24-hour security, male and female, and you know, everyone is, of course, as UA has to go through drug testing, alcohol testing on a regular basis. That's
about all we have. Yeah.
Any questions? We do have a question from Alderman Williams.
Yes, what location are you speaking of or interested in?
We're looking at land on Atlanta Street.
What street?
Atlanta.
3388 Atlanta.
Okay, thank you.
Is that all you got?
That's it.
All right, thank you, sir.
Chair.
Alderwoman Conley.
Thank you. What is the density of residents that you're proposing?
So the facility will house 50 people, men and women, about 10 women, about 40 men, and then we'll have about 25 individuals who will have graduated to be able to live at their own home. And like Troy said, they're all GPS monitored. It's all biometric facial recognition.
So 75 people in one facility?
50 at that address, 25 living out in the community.
And doing check-ins at your facility?
Constantly.
And how many staff will you have full-time?
26.
How many on each shift?
It'll be a minimum of 3 security officers on each shift.
And have you reached out to the Springfield Police Department?
We've notified them. We've sent them a letter also letting them know of our intention to bid on the contract.
Okay, thank you.
And also, I think the sheriff's office also.
I will just say, I have, just want to make sure you're aware of the limits of our police department when it comes to working with federal work release situations, if someone, they are not the marshal service.
That's correct.
Okay.
Yeah, if something does happen on the facility, they can arrest them and detain them. The marshals will put a marshal hold on them, and then the marshals will come get them the next day.
What do you mean if something happens?
If
If a crime is committed, or?
Anything, if police are involved, they can detain them, and the marshals will come get them.
I strongly suggest you reach out and have a conversation with our police department about the limits of what our police can do for a situation like that. Thank you.
Anything further, Alderman
No, thank you,
Collins?
Chair.
I'm going to interrupt you. I'm sorry, Mr. Donlin, I'm going to jump in front of you. I guess as the chair, I'm allowed to do that. I keep being nice about it.
Flexing tonight.
Report from around.
So are these folks on parole? Most of them, all of them?
No, so they are still under the custody of the U.S. Attorney General. They are here as being able to transition slowly out from prison into the community. They do anywhere from 6 to 18 months with us, and then they'll go on federal probation.
Okay.
Recent studies, as recent as 2015 from the Bureau of Justice Statistics, have shown that when they transition through a facility like this, there's a 50% decrease in the likelihood that they will reoffend in a 9-year period.
Okay. What kind of criminals are we talking about? Are we talking murderers? Are we talking white-collar crime guys, people that were betting on horse racing? What are we talking?
Yeah, a large portion of it is going to be white-collar crime. There will be, from time to time, there will be people who will have more heinous offenses.
So there might be violent criminals or violent
There could be,
histories.
yeah.
Okay. And that's not to say people can't be rehabbed. I'm not saying that at all. I mean, I appreciate what you guys do. It's God's work. I mean, they need the help for sure. Now, you said there's a bid open.
That's correct.
So explain that situation to me. What's that mean?
All right, so with the government, when they determine that there's a location that warrants a federal contract or a residential reentry center, they'll send a bid process up and asking for companies to bid on operating the facility for them.
Okay, so it's a contract between your company and the federal government. They pay you to do
Department of
this.
Justice,
Okay.
Bureau of Prisons.
All right, and somebody's got to do it. I'm not trying to be mean when I say that. I'm just trying to understand the process a little better.
And there's about 5, I think, currently existing in Illinois that do the exact same thing that we're doing in Arkansas and Louisiana. There's about 177 nationwide, and all 50 states do.
You know which cities in Illinois by chance?
I know Chicago, definitely Chicago.
I think Champaign has one. We should have looked.
Yeah.
Okay, no problem. We can find it. It's no big deal. All right.
Happy to share that information.
No, thank you very much. I appreciate it. Alderman Donlin, I
Yeah,
believe.
thank you,
is next.
Chair. Gentlemen, thanks for coming to visit us this evening and inform the council on the intentions of your organization. Thanks for what you do. Where are you two from?
So I'm from Arkansas. We have a facility there, and then Troy operates out of our North Louisiana location.
Monroe, Louisiana.
And who would be operating the facility here in Sangamon County, Springfield?
So locally, we will hire a staff that are from this area to run this, people who have experience in running an operation like this. They will have oversight from myself, from Troy. They will get no less than 8 audits a year from us in the Bureau of Prisons. They will be accredited through the American Correctional Association. Feet are held to the fire just internally, let alone our promise to the city that we will do what we've said we've done. We will maintain safety.
Is this area presently zoned for this type of activity?
So that's an interesting question. So it's an I-1 zoning, which
It's
allows.
an industrial area, is that what
It
it's
is,
saying?
correct.
yeah, so
And it
which
takes-
allows for a detention center, and so kind of depending on your definition of what a detention center would be, yes, maybe no. But we did purposely pick an area that has no residential. We understand that factor. I personally own a lot of real estate around our Little Rock location. The location's been there for 30 years, so I know the impact. It's actually been very positive for my property values. And so we to reduce community fear, we wanted to be around an area where there wasn't going to be as much concern.
Have you, well, first of all, I suggest, if you haven't done so already, reaching out to our zoning staff and getting, the questions answered as far as what would be appropriate where per the present zoning. I think that's obviously important. But speaking of working with, have you had an opportunity to sit down with the alderman from that area and have a conversation about what you're planning?
Yes, we talked today.
Okay, I see he's pushed his button, so I'm sure he's going to give his side of the story. So you just talked today?
Yeah, he's met with some of our local representatives, and then we played a bit of phone tag, and we finally were able to connect today.
Okay, well, thank you. That's all, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, Alderman Donald. Alderman Rockford.
Yeah, so, yeah, to let everybody know, I've met with local developers and spoke with them. I am not in favor of a reentry facility in my ward without meeting with people and hearing what they have to say. I want these gentlemen in this business to have an open meeting with the public and speak with them, the constituents, and get the feel of the community. Me as a North Ender for 63 years, I'm not for it. So we've spoke about that, we've talked about it, so, I wish you luck, see what we can do in the future, but we'll see what happens.
Very good.
Appreciate you, thank you.
Thank you. Alderwoman Notrano.
Thank you, Chair. This isn't necessarily directed at you all because I don't believe that you would be running the kind of detention center that I am concerned about, housing migrants. No. Okay, good. So I'd just like everyone to know that I raised that concern a few months ago when ICE and Border Patrol were really active in Chicago, and the potential of putting a moratorium on new detention centers in our area. I think we really need to talk about that and look at this. We live in very interesting times, and I don't believe any of us would like to have a concentration camp in our ward. Not saying that that's what you're going to do, but thank you, Chair.
Thank you. Alderman Williams, you're back on?
Yeah, I'm back.
Right.
Good evening. So this bid, I want to talk about the feds and the bidding. This bid is still open to a lot of folks because I've been in many conversations when there were some folks trying to do it in Ward 8. Some folks tried to do it at a CVS right up here on North Grand, but Landfair saved me, and a few other. And now we're here. So my question to you is it your company or others that are a part of your company, or this is just a wide open bid, so it's several types of people doing this?
It's several types of companies that are bidding this. It's usually people that are familiar with the process with the residential reentry center.
Okay, do we understand or know why this got on Springfield, Illinois' radar, per se?
Typically how it works is, the Bureau of Justice Statistics has however they do their studies, has said this many people are coming back to this area, and based on whatever information they gather, and I don't know their criteria, they determine there's a need. There's X amount percentage of people coming back to this area that are maybe having employment or housing issues, because maybe they're going to Chicago and that's so far away that they come here, they eventually come back home, and they don't have job, they don't have stable housing, they haven't had that kind of step down process. And so the way their process works, they say, oh, these people are having to move down here where they don't have support, where they did have it there, they don't want to stay in this other area, and then they come home and they have nothing. So generally, they then say, well, we need to have some sort of program in the Springfield area. Let's put out a solicitation and a bid.
Yeah, I do appreciate that answer. And I am starting to feel like the feds' mind are made up. It's just a matter of how they're going to get it done, just from look at how they're bouncing around and how they're going, and also how many companies are bidding, to do this, because this is a facility that the feds are going to build, correct?
One of their contractors will.
You'll get this.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
okay. Well, I appreciate you for coming because this just makes me understand why all this activity is starting to go around, and I'm trying to figure out when it's going to go away, but now I'm starting to understand it might not until the federal government is successful. I just don't know, but I do know it'll probably land here in somebody's ward. So I appreciate you for coming.
And we know all the other companies that are bidding. We're all friends, and I would say if it's not us, they're all great companies. One of them, however it works out in the future, It is a win. If it's one of the several companies we know are bidding, they're all great. They all do great service and do great things.
Let me just say,
Yes, thank
I
you.
ain't got nothing more to say.
And again, I emphasize to set something up for the public,
Absolutely.
you know, and talk to the constituents. You know, again, I emphasize that I'm not for it, and there'll be discussions down the road, but as of right now, I am not for it in Ward 4. Maybe people are. I'm all for rehabbing, you know, folks, but until we get more information and more input, I'd be against it. So, thank you. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you. Any further discussion on this? Very good. Thank you, gentlemen.
Thank you. Just real quick, all the information we left to you, it has a lot of information about our program, our proposed design of our building. If you have any questions, we'd love to have discussions with anybody that has further questions outside of this, if that's possible.
Thanks.
Thank you.
You've got a big NIMBY problem, and I'm sure you know that, so.
Together, we've been doing this for 40 years.
Yeah,
We're used to it. So, and I have family incarcerated, so it's passion.
Thank you.
No, that's great.
Very
Thank you.
much.
Thank you.
Coming in.
Robert Frazier.
Very interesting. Good evening, Mayor, City Council. How's everybody doing?
Hi, Robert.
Just here to talk about, as I continue to be committed to be here and talk about our situations in our community that continue to need to be focused on and need true and real attention. Obviously, Robert Frazier, Clean Slate Advocates, founder and director. As I looked at some of the reasons why we have some of the situations that we deal with on a daily basis, the story sort of came clear. And so one of the focuses that we put on, and we'll talk about tonight, is education. Thousands of our people that are utilizing our program never made it past 11th grade. More than half stopped at high school. Only a small number have completed college. That matters. Why does that matter? Because education affects employment. Employment affects income. Income affects housing. Housing affects health. Health affects decision making. It's all connected through education. We have to ask ourselves, why is this really going on in our community? So what we're looking for is the root cause of poverty and what we're dealing with on every day. In this particular instance, I'm focusing on education, which some people were passed through school when they weren't ready. They call it the pass-through program. Some dropped out to support family. Some experienced trauma. Some had no consistent support. Now what we're faced with is adults trying to survive in a system that expects skills that they never had. They don't have soft skills. They don't have work skills. They don't have anything to speak of. That's why we're faced with a problem in our city and our county where we have a population of our jails of 220 or more, and probably over 80% of them are Black African Americans. This is not a character problem. This is a system problem. I want to point out something that's important about the data that we're using, that the city and the county are using. They use the U.S. Census Bureau information. This information only comes out every 10 years. The last one was done in 2020. The next one scheduled for 2030. In between, most of what we rely on are estimates and projections. Of course, at Clean Slate, we don't depend on that. We collect real-time data every day from real people, real situations, right here in Springfield. Every number we share reflects about what's happening now, not what's happening 5 years ago. That's why our data matters. Where we come in at Clean Slate, we didn't start this program with major grants. We started with faith, hard work, commitment. We saw a problem, we built a solution, we tested it, we improved it, and we're staying consistent. Over time, something changed. We didn't become another nonprofit. We became part of a system that keeps the community functioning. People rely on us, families plan around us, seniors depend on us, or the other organizations refer to us. That's a social infrastructure. Today, Clean Slate Advocates is not just helping people survive, we're helping neighborhoods stabilize, we're helping workers stay employed, we're helping seniors stay independent, we're helping families function. Most importantly, emergency calls are not about crime, they're about stress, mental health, poverty, conflict, and survival. We deal with that quietly, consistently, and effectively by not calling 911, and we deal with that every day. One of the most important things to understand is that it's not sustainable to continue to go down the route that we're going. Just think of it this way. You don't maintain bridges with donations. You don't fund hospitals with bake sales. And you can't stabilize communities with just goodwill alone. We built it at Clean Slate, we proved it, and we sustained it. Thank you.
Vicki Denny. Vicki Denny. April Poole.
Good evening. April Poole, 3061 Buena Vista Drive, a proud North Ender and a proud resident of Twin Lakes. I have to put that in there all the time, and Ward 4, of course. I come to you as a member of the Coalition of Rainbow Alliances to announce our 10th annual semi-formal gala and fundraiser. It will be held March 28th, Saturday, March 28th, at the Crown Plaza at 5:30 to 11 p.m. Now you're kind of wondering, why am I here? Well, we need support. Because what our group does, it is a nonprofit volunteer group that facilitates networking for the Central Illinois LGBTQIA communities, all other sexual and gender minorities, their families, friends, and interest groups that support them. Our mission is to build an LGBTQ inclusive community that provides visibility and advocacy through projects and events. There are many, many organizations that we help throughout the year. This past year, because Mr. Dahl, he kind of last year dinged me when I was up here doing this about numbers and so forth. So I have numbers for you this evening and all of you. Last year, we spent over $14,000 to different various groups in the community. They include Pride Fest, Jacksonville Pride, Logan County Pride, the Springfield Arts Association, Habitat for Humanity, ICC Pride Fest, Juneteenth, Decatur, Illinois Pride, Pride Link, Illinois Times, Senior Services, Holiday Meals, which, you know, some of you know me personally, that's a big thing for me. APL, sorry, my phone is acting up here. Fifth Street Renaissance Sarah Center, Special Olympics. And thus far this year, already in January, we distributed $7,000. Now, this is our one and only fundraiser, is this gala. And so far, we've already, from last year's money, we've already distributed $7,000. They go to the Central Illinois Food Bank, the Springfield Immigrant Advocacy Network. It's Scion here, so I'm like, what's the A for? Senior Services, Boys and Girls Club, Helping Hands, Black Lives Matter, Garvey Tubman Museum, and the PB&J of Springfield. We're giving them money, $7,000. Now, Scott wanted to know how many of these people put heads in beds. Because we donate to the Pride Fest, we're bringing in lots and lots of these other Pride communities to our Pride so that they can see how and help them. In return, we help them build their prides. So that's how we're bringing people in. Did I answer your question from last year? Thank you. So, the other special thing about this dinner and dance, and you all like to eat, and most of you all like to dance, but I don't. We'll be giving out community awards. We will be giving out a Ruth Ellis Award to one of Springfield's own citizens. He is the director of the Department of Human Rights, Jim Bennett. He is our Springfield son, so we will please come and honor him. Please give your support. If you need tickets to this, you may reach out to me, or you can reach out to, I always have to get this right, the springfieldchoral.org, or email us at choral.springfield@gmail.com. So, any questions?
Alderwoman Purchase.
Thank you, Chair. Thank you, Miss April. We all love supporting you every year for this, and just wanted to take a moment to say thank you when you partnered with me to have Blue Cross Blue Shield, and we did the farmers market and basically did donations out to the community during a food desert, basically, when we had that one. Yeah, we partnered with Ward 4 as well, and then during the derecho that you all participated in that too as well, with bringing food and helping out where we had a need, and was doing the laundry facility with I got a brain freeze, all in one. But you and your group do a very good job, and sometimes it's never, I want you to know that it doesn't go unnoticed, but sometimes we don't get to hear about it, and this is a good way you get to bring it up to us every year when you come for this.
And I forgot to add that we tried figuring up how many hours of volunteerism that we did. We quit counting because it was getting too hard. But we were over 3,000 hours of volunteer work.
April, let me get Alderwoman Conley's comments.
I think I'm done.
Okay.
I don't know, Alderman Purchase, are you finished?
Oh, you done? I'm sorry, I thought
Well,
you was done and
think-
she was
I think
responding,
I'm
so I
done.
just wanted to be respectful of the
Absolutely. Listen,
Alderwoman.
largely, I just want to say thank you, Alderwoman Purchase. I echo her comments. Also, to anyone who's listening, this is a great party. You guys, you don't just do a lot of work in the community, really valuable work for the community, but you put on a great party. It's always a good time, well worth the price of admission. So I do hope people
Come out.
grab a ticket, come out for the night. You even tolerate my dance moves, so I will not sing in public, but I will dance with you guys.
Okay, that sounds great.
All
We
right.
hope to see you all there.
Yep.
Thank
Thank
you.
you, Miss April.
Thank you, Miss April.
Clerk.
Philip Anderson.
Hey, folks, Philip Anderson,
What's up,
designated, what's up?
We want to start your time. All right, go ahead.
All right,
I ain't
Phil
wanna-
Anderson, how you doing?
How you doing?
Everybody, I'm sorry, I gotta wake up just a little bit. Designated managing broker, Fun Guy Realty, it's new. But I've been in Springfield 22 years, doing real estate, love Springfield. Kids live in Springfield, Springfield's a happening place. Working on a campaign called 217 Animal Angels. Got a petition, okay? It's a little petition. I've only been doing this 2 weeks. Basically, the objective is to raise awareness, to commit, Springfield as a city to commit to having a no-kill policy at the, through the Sangamon County Animal Control Shelter. Now, if there is a no-kill policy, of course, it needs to be funded. That's why it's a big deal. It's a complicated issue. Not a lot else to say about it, like I said, 217 Animal Angels. I'd like if the city, doesn't want to do that kind of thing, then that's okay too, but it's a matter of having strong communication between the two groups so that we know what's going on. I know everybody's aware of it. Like you talked about the dog fighting ring, tragedy, horrible things. I think when we work together, we can get a better outcome. So again, only 300 signatures in 2 weeks on a petition. It's just going to keep running though, and it'll, so that way we can kind of gauge the public's interest in this kind of thing. Seems like there's quite a bit of money coming down the line because Springfield it feels like it's busting at the seams. If y'all don't know, since 2022, most deals they're getting multiple offers, overpriced offers. You guys already know this. A lot going on in Springfield, but that means more of a demand on the animal control and more costs. I know about a couple of weeks ago, the meeting where there was an $800,000 versus $500,000 discrepancy. That's a $300,000 discrepancy between Springfield's payments and what is being asked to be paid. Y'all are more familiar with it than I am. So that's all. 217 Animal Angels, and I appreciate the time to speak with y'all in this public forum.
Mr. Anderson, do you have a petition that you want to give us?
Well, it is online at change.org.
Okay.
It's online. And, and I kept telling everybody to email you guys, but I didn't email you. Or did I? I think I emailed you. Just, I can't keep track. I'm trying, I had a short term because I know y'all making a decision today. So now I'm going to go home and get a lot of sleep and not worry about it. And then you guys can worry about it. And then through the year, that petition will keep running. And I'm just really excited about working together to accomplish the goals of safe city and enough funding to make sure, because, the city does take up the lion's share of the calls. As y'all are also aware, and anybody out there in the city council that's watching this, you can look at the old meetings and stuff. So that's what I'm doing. Just trying to figure out what's going on, folks. Spread the love.
Thank you.
All right? Thank you very much.
Chair.
Alderwoman Conley has a question.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I was trying to say, don't walk away too quickly. First of all, I want to thank you for bringing this issue forward. I really do appreciate it. I hear from a lot of people on animal issues, and this is a big one. I will ask, because we're not the only party to this one, you do a great little presentation here, welcoming. Talk to the county too.
Yeah.
Because the county board is our other partner in this. And,
Right.
If it's no kill, it's no kill for the entire county. And I think there are probably other communities in Sangamon County that would be interested and support this. And
Yeah.
so if you can just keep bringing that energy to
Sure.
the rest of the county.
Yeah, I'd
I really
love to. Well,
appreciate that, 'cause I
thank you.
think these are conversations we really need to have. But
Yeah.
I appreciate you coming in and.
Yeah,
raising
and right, and that's what it's about. It's about communication.
Right.
If we're gonna do Plan A, pay for Plan A. If you're gonna do Plan B, you got different funding requirements, do Plan B, we'll work it out.
Let's talk about it, make sure we all know what the reality is of that, because I think you're right, there's a lot of energy behind that, moving to that place with our shelter. So,
Great.
thank you for your initiative, appreciate it. Thank you, Chair.
Anyone else? Nope. Okay. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Ken Pasha? That's the last one, Mr. Chairman.
Man, I sure hope you guys show me that kind of generosity someday when I'm on the mic. I get cut off in the middle of words. 9.5 minutes for what should have been an ordinance meeting privately on a pretty serious issue with an alderman. 9.5 minutes. 3.5 minutes for somebody else. What are we doing here? Do rules apply or not? Are they just when we are things we don't want to hear about? When it's the unpleasant truth of our failures and lack of accountability as a council? I mean, just genuinely. You don't think the people watching see that kind of hypocrisy and think to themselves, well, I guess it works if it's what they want to hear. I came here to talk about the Police Civilian Review Commission, but I also received some letters about the Disability Commission that hasn't met in 2 years, that's 2 members short, or the Community Relations Group Commission that's 2 members short that hasn't met in 2 years. I mean, does this seem like the kind of thing that might concern you guys? Does it seem like the kind of thing that shouldn't wait a week to ask about? It's embarrassing. You know, I worked 9 hours today, and I still made time to get here and be informed. I would expect the same from elected officials. It is absolutely a travesty that I have to come up here and hear from our constituents because you guys don't really want to. The level of disrespect that's been leveled at speakers in these chambers previously and apparently ongoing, unless it's what you want to hear or it's positive or it's in your ward and it might concern you, that's absolutely ridiculous. Meet with them after their 5 minutes. That's simple. You don't just get to willy-nilly hand people 10 minutes because you feel like it. And I know you get to run the meeting how you want, but you have to consider how that looks to everybody else when you bend the rules at will for what you want to do. You guys are a city. You're not some council at like my radio commission group does better meetings than this because we know our rules and we follow them. We don't find out about commissions that the city has dead-ended for years by failing to name people to those commissions. There are applicants to those commissions. Y'all are going to get me to break the cursing rule one of these days with how upsetting all of this is. Because you know why people don't show up anymore? They don't think it's effective to even talk to you. Because nothing happens. That woman that came up here, where's our community relations? She is going to go home to that home tonight with a chair blocking her front door. As a woman, what happens if a man breaks into her home? Huh? Would you accept that as a living condition? Would you accept it? How about you, Mayor? This is what our constituents are putting up with when you vote down landlord registries and when you fail to take care of the people that live in this city. I can't even express how angry you guys make me sometimes with just the level of apathy and self-interest that is exhibited week after week. And you can think that I'm too mad, but go talk to your constituents. I do. I hear from them all the time. You should see my phone when I leave here. I'm not an elected official yet. You better hope I don't make this council because I'll make every week like this. We better start seeing some accountability and some action from you guys. This is embarrassing that week after week, you ask about the Wyndham. Did we get an answer? No. How embarrassing is that? You know, when I walked down the street when I got here today, Sean saw me. I ran by one of our great local downtown businesses, and the first thing I walked by was the Wyndham. And I won't break the cursing rule, but you can imagine the language I use to myself with what an absolute eyesore that is. And we don't even have an answer for people. This is city council. This is the job you've been trained to do and what you were hired to do and what you asked to do and what you campaigned to do. I'm not asking you to do something out of pocket. I'm asking you to pay attention to the city that you live in, see what the mayor is not doing for the people in this city. And imagine when your constituents that come to you and talk down landlord registries like that solid wall of snow that showed up here that night, what do you think that poor woman's got to go home to tonight? Do you think those landlords would tolerate that? Heck no, they'd blow your phone up. They would demand change right now, and you'd do it because you know what would happen if you didn't. Somebody poor, though, somebody who ain't got the resources, somebody who's got months of documentation. Where's she at? Months. Multiple failed inspections. Where is her justice? Where is your mercy? She has children. They sleep in that home with no security.
Thank you, Mr. Patient.
No, don't thank me. Don't silence me. Listen. Because I come up here every week and I bring things. Don't cut me off. You gave them 10 minutes.
Shut the microphone off.
About murderers.
The reason
showing up.
next person, if there are any left.
This is all the speaker.